Hey, how you all doing? I am still doing shit. When do you start to test negative? Gripe for today, and probably since the conception of golf. You know the problem with second-hand golf equipment? It's second-hand. And you know the problem with the price of second-hand equipment? We're all paying over the odds for it because the manufacturers have bumped the price of new equipment up through the roof exponentially, so that now second-hand equipment is the price of new equipment 5-10 years ago. It's a joke. We all need to wake up. Stop buying second-hand equipment. You are wasting your money. You will never ever get your money back on second-hand equipment. There's only two ways that you can go in golf at the moment. Buy new equipment, hold it for a year, sell it and upgrade. You will lose roughly about 50 to 40% of your money. But on the other side of that, it's only costing you 40% or 45% of your money to upgrade to the newest equipment. So if you can afford to do it, that is the only way to do it. Any other way, if you hold on to your equipment for longer than a year, sadly you are never going to recoup your money. So you're on a downward spiral of, yeah, you've got new equipment, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, it'll still be great equipment, but you ain't going to get your money back. It's the same as the car mythology. You know, everyone tells you buy a new car, you spend 24, 27, 30 grand on that car. You pick up the keys, you drive it a metre out of the garage and you take the car back and you've lost 10 grand and you're never getting that money back. It's pretty much the same with golf clubs. But there's so much wear and tear for second-hand golf clubs. The shafts, chips, dings, scratches, bends, people mistreating them. The grips, they wear out. Grips are expensive and grips are going up in price, right? Re-gripping your clubs used to be reasonably cheap. Now you can be 150 quid upwards to re-grip your clubs. Bearing in mind that you want to buy actual real genuine grips and not fakes, because that's the other thing. The second-hand club market is knackered because there's so many fakes and there's so many clubs that have been hashed and bashed. Why buy a set of Mizuno irons just out of curiosity that are 20 years old, but pay way over the odds for them? The second-hand market is dead in golf. You just have to look at the second-hand phone market. It's going the same way. The market is flooded, overloaded with iPhones, iPhone XRs, Samsung S10s. The problem is the general public don't wake up and know this. They still try and sell them at like £200, £250. They are never ever going to get that. The market value of those items is like below 100 quid. But you have been conditioned into the fact that you must sell that for £200 plus. You are never going to get your money back. Never. The saturation point right now in golf is the second-hand club market. Always has been. And anybody who's nuts enough to try and set up a business based on the second-hand market or try and hawk and sell, eventually you're going to crash and burn. It's just a matter of time. And just like this, when the F in the hell do you test negative? 6th and 7th day. My God, it could be like weeks at this rate. Anyway, moan and gripe for today. And I think it's like a general wake up. If you can afford it, I recommend buying new equipment and upgrading every year, halving your costs. Because if you're going to upgrade. Buying second hand, you're buying problems, you're buying someone else's club, you're buying a history that you don't know. You're also never getting the resale value. And the market is going only one way. It's at an exponentially held high, false level now. There's so many on the market, right? It's flooded. You could have a club up for a year. If you never lower your price, you're never going to sell it. So it's inventory that you're holding stagnant, no moving anywhere. That is not a good business model. You need to quit while you're ahead. Do not go down that road. Find some other avenue and just forget the idea. I'm talking about SAS Golf here because the model is bust before you've even started. Just like second-hand phones, they're crashing and they're burning. Folk just haven't quite seen the light yet. Anyway, for what it's worth, I did have a shave this morning, so I might be feeling slightly better. But COVID continues. This heavy sucks. And on a side note, the Queen in her 90s apparently has tested positive for COVID. And it's just mild. Really happy for you. Who do you believe these days, honestly? Thanks for watching. Channel's all for charity. Macmillan, Help the Heroes and Shelter UK. You might say, what the heck's the point of this video? But it's all ad revenue going to charity. And at some point in time, we've got to help others. We can't just keep helping ourselves. I'm way back to my bed.